Hello everyone, welcome to weekly review number 2 of CRT TBS. Currently this is what my forward testing data looks like. We just finished up the week of 25th August, and basically there were two trades. One was break even. It hit break even and then went straight to TP, so I'm thinking maybe I don't manage my trades at all. And on Tuesday we had another trade. um, I'd say this trade was fucking perfect. Like, honestly, there was nothing wrong with it. So let's move on. Let's show you the actual chart because the charts matter more than actual, you know, yapping. So basically, you can see here, this is the 9 a.m. candle. All right, basically, price had a thick candle. The wicks were smaller than the body. Then to the left, we had a key level. This key level was the order block. A bearish candle that closed above, that is a order block for me. Okay, so now that we have our higher time frame, uh hold on, wait, if that was an order block, oh, someone's wrong. Okay, so I believe in here, yeah, I said it was an FEG. Nope, no it wasn't, bro. Shit was not an FEG. It was actually an order block. OBAM. Okay, I've never really had order block trades before, but I have done it well before back in the past, so I'm quite used to seeing them. But yeah, anyways, moving on to the lower time frame, we're actually looking to get our trade in. As you can see here, price came down, tapped the COD low right here, tapped it, did give a big reaction up. However, we did not have a TBS. Price came back down. We did have a TBS, an old low getting closed below with at least two candles in the middle. And then after that, I was just monitoring the thick candles, and you can see this red candle was a thick one. And so I went ahead, entered in right there. The moment it got closed above, entered the trade, targeting just a 1 to 2. And uh, you can see here, right? This is what I'm not 100% sure about, okay? See, for me, what I consider is that like the moment, so like you see like the 50% of this CRT, right? I just drew like half a pip up and then half a pip down, and like I consider that like my genuine 50% zone, right? Because sometimes it doesn't like fully, it doesn't even tap the 50% line. It just like kind of rejects off of somewhere near it and then just goes stops you out. So I just like, fuck it, let me just put a little 0.5 there, half a pip there, and then I'll, if it gives a reaction, then yeah, right. So basically, yeah, price expanded all the way up to my zone, to the 50% zone. And then so I was like, okay, I'm putting on break even. Okay, I put on my break even. Price retraced downwards, and then just went straight to my TP. So yeah, if I'm honest, my personality is that the moment I enter into a trade or something like that, I do not want to manage it at all. Like, I just want to let it be. I just want to put my stop loss, my take profit, and dip, bro. Like, bro, that's kind of what I want to do. So, like, maybe I'm assuming, like, maybe I don't want to actually, maybe I don't want to put on break even. Like, I know break even probably saves a lot of trades. Break even is a savior. But if you're like, think about this, right? I don't want to manage any trades, right? So I don't really want to put on break even, right? If it loses, it loses. That's fine. But if it wins like this, and like it literally just ticked me out of break even, ticked me out at break even, went straight to TP. Like I don't want that, right? But yeah, I'm not doing this for like cloud or like money. The fuck you mean cloud? For like greed, you know. I honestly do not want to do break even, so like currently, if you think through logically, right? If you think through logically, if price I was let's say I was entered in the same trade here, okay? Price didn't have the 50% zone, and then at the end of the M candle, which is the manipulation candle, um I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go sleep now. And then what happens if it hits 50% and I'm not there to put on break even, and then price just shoots lower, Like, that's the kind of logic here, right? Because thing is, the moment a 50% is already reached, it is about, like, the CRT is already done, man, right? And I'm not gonna put my TPs on the 50%. That's just stupid, okay? That's just stupid. I'm gonna at least get 1 to 2.5. So I'm honestly considering, like, maybe I do not put on break even or even manage any trades. But of course, like, if there's news, like, let's say I get entered in here and then there's like news at 9:30 or something, which I don't even 100% know about. If there is news at 9:30, like, maybe I will exit the trade, maybe I will manage it a little, or maybe I won't even trade the pairs that have news, okay? Like, as long as there's no news inside the M candle, I can trade that. And if there is a red folder news, whatever red folder news that is inside the M candle, maybe I don't trade that day, or that pair at least. So yeah, I'm kind of like thinking like that right now. Um, Really, there's no real bad thing about this trade. The only thing I'm really starting to consider and actually um, think about implementing is that I do not want to manage my trades, okay? Because this logic, yeah, if I'm still looking to trade, if I'm still in trading time, which is just this 1 hour, um, price comes 50%, I put on break even, I manage my trade, woo, 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 whatever, okay? But what happens if like this M candle closes and I'm not allowed to touch the charts anymore? It hits 50%. I'm supposed to put on break even, but I'm not because I'm not managing it anymore, right? So like that just doesn't make sense to me, right? Maybe I actually don't manage my trades anymore. I just enter my trades, stop loss, TP, and let it do whatever the fuck it wants. Like honestly, I feel like that's the best choice right now. But I may be coping. There might be way more trades that are gonna really, fight me with this. So yeah, that was this first trade. The thing I got out of this trade would definitely be I don't want to manage trades. Okay, I don't want to move my stop loss. I don't want to move my TP. I don't want to even look at my trades the moment I've taken them. Okay. Because if I do, my psychology, all of that shit is gonna eat me alive, right? Plus, there's also the fact that the moment I get entered in, also have to be on the charts, like watching if it's gonna hit the 50%, if it's gonna hit stop, if it's gonna hit like the 50%, right? I don't want to do that. I just want to enter my trades, put alerts on like other pairs, and leave, bro. I want to go watch YouTube. I want to go fucking do some boxing, bro. Like, damn. I don't want to do none of that. So yeah, I do not want to manage trades. I really don't think that is part of my personality, right? So there goes that. Okay. Now let's move on to the second trade. Hold on, yeah. Before I do anything, let me actually show proof that I did take them. I don't think I need to, but might as well. Alright, so ignore which one was it? This one. Ignore this one. This one was a mistake on my part. I did fuck up a little. So yeah. If we go into yeah, AUD somewhere. Hold on. All the way back to the 25th. Here, okay. Entered in. Entered in like 1 pip above this candle, like how I usually do them. And price shot up, almost hit my TP, I believe. Like this was it, right? So it would be in this 27. I don't know what my TP was, but it was something. Okay, price came back, stopped me out at complete break even, and then started rallying upwards. So yeah, I don't think I want to do that anymore, right? I do not want to manage my trades. I just want to set my trade, right? I just look for my entry, stop loss, take profit 1 to 2.5 wherever, right? Wherever, and then I just leave the charts. Like that's all I want to do. Okay, that's literally all I want to do. I do not want to watch the charts and like get emotions watching price go up and then go down. Like that's just not something I want to do, right? So yeah, that was the first trade of this week on Monday. Let's move on to the second one, which was on Tuesday. So on Tuesday, you can see it was on GBP USD. We had a thick CRT candle. Okay, the wicks are smaller than the body, and you can objectively identify it because here, 4%. Okay, 4% minus 7% is 3%, and then the rest is 1%, right? So we have 2% more in the bodies. Okay, that's what makes it a CRT candle. With that, we also have the highest probability key level, in my opinion, which is the most recent FEG. Okay, most recent FEG is like the most highest probability key level that I myself know of. Okay, there's been 0 losses so far with this sample size, which is pretty small, I won't lie. Right? Actually, yeah, how many trades do I even have on there? Like 9. 9 sample size trades. Okay, which is not very big, but I can tell, like, because I've worked with FEGs a lot a few months back, I know that FEGs are pretty fucking good at like telling the direction and then also trading off of. And like the most recent FEG is like the most recent order flow basically. So yeah, on the higher time frame, right? So this is my higher time frame. I have my key level, so most recent FEG, highest key level. There is also this order block right here, but the moment it got filled completely and tapped into the FEG, I just kind of deleted it. So that was that. That's the higher time frame. Moving on to the lower time frame where I got my entry. I can show here, right? Price dipped in. We did not have any TBS, so I was waiting and waiting. Price bounced back. Okay, we have a chance to look for more TBSs. Price made a low and then came closed below it with 2 candles in between. Okay, closed below. That's the TBS. Okay, so now I'm just monitoring the thick candles after the TBS, and if damn, and if they ever get closed above, that is called a Model 1 confirmation, right? So here you can see closed candle, and then this candle kept continuing. These lows, these candles kept continuing the low, so it's still the same move. You can understand, right? Still the same move. Price did tap into the key level, and then also important note, it has to be the extreme low. Okay, if it made a TBS and then like reversed right off of there, that is not very valid. That is not valid because the TBS is like the purest form of a reversal. Okay, and the most purest forms of reversals always happen at the lowest lows and the highest highs. Okay, so it would need to take out this CRD low before reversing up again. And guess what it did? It did do that. And then you can see this candle was the Model 1 candle. Okay, why? Because it was thick. Okay, it had a big body and small wicks. You can measure that up and then see if the body is actually bigger, but I'm using a indicator to do that for myself. And you might be like, okay, why did this candle not count as a Model 1 candle? Okay, well, you can just see here the wicks are fucking gigantic. Okay, they're bigger than my dick. But you can get that, right? Basically, you want the bodies to be bigger than the wicks. Okay, so the moment price closed above it, I went ahead and entered over here. Okay, because I actually missed out on entering it. I did miss out just because I wasn't very locked in. I did kind of like mess up a little there, right? You can see here there was like 4 arrows, right? This first error was when I was like, oh shit, I need to enter. Like I already had my, my limit order, my stop loss, or they were already set. Okay, they were already set. All I had to do was click this button. Okay. Now guess what I did do? I did not click this button. In fact, my instincts from trading closure candles, my hands went instinctively to this buy button. I clicked it. I realized, oh shit, I'm not supposed to do that. So I exited like 5 seconds later, and then you can see here I did lose like $6 on that mistake, but that is whatever. Okay. So then again, I was like, okay, it still hasn't tapped the Model 1 candle yet, so I'm gonna put my limit order, I'm gonna put my stop loss, and I'm gonna go again. I did do that. I got entered in here, and yeah, you can just see it was a pretty good win. Pretty easy. I did put alerts to let me know if I was gonna have to go break even, but I completely missed out. No, not that, not that. Like I just fucked around, you could say. Oh my god. Oh my goosey god. And so by the way, last video, this is the same exact trade, okay? Um, got entered in, price dipped around my entry a bit, and then shot up. Pretty good. Pretty fucking good trade. I'm very happy about that, so yeah. And you can also see here, right? This is what I mean about the managing trades and break even thing, right? The 50% zone, right? Just one pip around, like 0.5 down, 0.5 above the 50% of the CRT candle. It's a very reactive area. Okay, you can say that there's a lot of reversals that usually happen then, right? And you can see here, price came up to the 50% and immediately stopped us out. Okay, that's what I mean by having like break even. Okay, because it's not a very good thing to really have. I mean, what am I talking about? It's like it's a very good thing to have. My bad, my bad. Like break even is a really good thing to have. However, I do not want to manage my trades. Like I'm a lazy bum. I do not want to do that shit, bro. But if I do, I'll probably have higher win rate, right? But I don't want to manage my trades, cause like in this example, let's say like okay, just for hypotheticals, right? Hypothetically, if I had an entry up here and then I was like targeting 1 to 2, okay? Entered my trade. Okay, just imagine, right? Just imagine I entered my trade here. A stop loss down at the extreme low, targeting 1 to 2.5. My bad. The 0.5 is just for commissions. The actual profit is just the 2, right? If that was the case, right? After this candle, after the 9 a.m. candle finishes printing, and it is the 10 a.m. candle, I am immediately off the charts. I am not gonna do shit no more, okay? Basically, I'm not allowed to touch my trades. I'm not even allowed to touch MetaTrader. I'm only allowed to like goon. Fuck, I don't know, bro. But like, yeah, basically, I'm just saying I can't do shit anymore on the charts, right? And price would have hit 50%, right? And because of that, because I can't do anything, I would not be able to put on break even, okay? So, in a way, like, this trade would have been a loss, okay? Even if I did manage it, right? If I did manage it, I would not have been lost, right? But because because not all scenarios, not all CRTs are like two candle CRTs where it just instantly dips and then goes to the other side. Most CRTs actually take like one candle to manipulate and then one candle to actually go to the other side. Like it's way better to just for me to just not waste mental energy and just not manage my trades anymore, right? I just want to put my stop loss, put my entry, and then just let it run. I do not want to look at that chart anymore. If I lose after hitting 50% and then it comes back down, if it does that, then so be it. Okay, I'm not gonna handle trades anymore. Like I'm just gonna let it be, and yeah, fuck it, we ball. All right. So yeah, I feel like that's all I learned. from these two trades. GU was an actually perfect trade. I won't lie. GU was one of the trades that like really got. This is like one of the trades that really is. This is like probably the best trade I've had currently. Okay, best trade I've had currently, no doubt. Okay. Um, we had a very recent FEG right here, right? Now, why am I saying this is a recent FEG? Well, because the most recent FEG would have been this one, and it was taken. It was filled, okay? If also, by the way, just a side note, if FEGs are fully filled, you know, like this here, FEG, it got fully filled. It didn't close above, but it was fully filled. I consider that FEG no longer, okay? The moment it fills it, that's not an FEG anymore. That's just candles. That's just a gap inside a candle. That makes no sense anymore, right? So here, recent FEG, best key level from, in my opinion, best key level, no doubt. Unfilled key level, unfilled FEG, my bad. And price gave us a nice TBS, gave us a nice entry, gave us a nice win. That is all. So yeah, that's all for this week here. Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and like make some changes, implement some changes. I do not want to manage trades anymore. And for news, I think I'll just stay away from news, honestly. So, like, if there is ever news during the M candle, I'm not gonna trade. Like, let's just let it be that, okay? So let me go, right, ideas slash implementations. Fuck you. Okay. No more managing trades. Once you've entered, set your stop loss, TP, and dip. And dip. Break even might be very useful. However, you're still profitable. By a large Portino. Okay, boom. No trading pairs that have red folder news during the M candle. Right, that's it. That's all I have for this. Very nice. So indeed, I would have gotten this win, right, if I managed this. And like, that's how I do it, right? Usually, I just leave the trades, leave the results, okay? And I just like modify what would happen if I, did all the refinements, okay? So with the current refinements, would have gotten a nice win here. So yeah. I know this feels like cope, but nah. Okay. So we'd be up +4. Yo. +4R. Nice. Right, so currently we're like, yeah, we're up 9R inside just like 3 weeks. Who knows what happened the first week? I was not there to know, nor am I willing to go check again. Like, that's just not something I'm gonna do, okay? So yeah, with that, the weekly review is done. Very good job to me, and yeah, week of 1st September, right? New month coming in next week. Gonna have to lock in a lot, and I might as well just like already figure out the days I'm gonna trade, right? So yeah, I'm done with the review. I'm gonna go ahead and see if there are things. I'm gonna like plan ahead for the next week, and like set days where I'm supposed to trade and where I'm not. We'll see, but we'll see. September 1st through 5th. Boom. Alright, go ahead and put it all on red. Okay, so as long as there's nothing during 9 a.m. to 9:59 a.m., we should be fine, okay? So Monday, we're fine to trade Monday. Tuesday, it is gonna be a little bit weird, because the AMD candle, the distribution candle, will have 10 a.m. news, 10 a.m. red folder news. So I'm not really sure how to feel about that. But I guess it is what it is, okay? If I do get any trades entered in, I'm just gonna have to hold through them, or I might exit a minute early, okay? So now here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. I have not had a singular news event that happened during M candle in the past 2 weeks, right? So I have no idea what to do during news events, okay? News events could either fuck me up really hard or I could get fucked up really hard, okay? So yeah. And I definitely know how it feels to have news events fuck you over. Like one time I like was trading live. Okay, okay. Big surprise. I was trading live, and I just I was like, okay, red folder news at whatever time this is should be fine, right? Guess what? I lost like hella doll. I lost like twice the amount I put onto risk just because like there was no liquidity during news. So yeah, I got cooked. I got packed up. So Tuesday, I might feel like I don't want to enter that. Like honestly, I don't know how to feel about that. I feel like I just gotta let it be, man. Like I don't want to manage my trades, but news is news, man. News can either fuck you up really hard or help you out really good. And I'm very much more focused on the fucking me up really hard part. No homo, pause, bruh. So maybe I just don't trade if it's news from like I don't know, M and then D candle. Like I feel like that's gonna be a lot of filters though. As you can see, Tuesday has news at D candle, and Wednesday has news at D candle, and Thursday has news at D candle. Like there's 3 straight days where I'm not allowed to trade. And like I'm pretty sure that's gonna cook me up really hard, right? So if I was using that rule, it would be like from 9, like it would be like from Monday to only Monday and Tuesday tradable, you know. As you can see here, last week, the one I just showed you, Monday had no news and Tuesday had no news. They were okay. They were perfect days to trade, right? This entire week there was no news during M and then D candle, right? And let's go back to the previous weekend, okay? Okay, let's see here. No news on Monday, no news on Tuesday, no news on Wednesday. Yes, news on Thursday, so we would have skipped Thursday. And then yes, news on Friday. Let me actually see. Like we would have skipped Thursday and Friday. Hold on. Do we actually do this rule? Because I feel like it's gonna like restrict me a lot. Thursday and Friday. USD CAD here. Yeah. No. This was already an invalid trade by itself. Right. Use is probably something I want to implement. Okay, hold on. No, wait. Let me do this with the other week. Trump, shut up. Monday nothing. Tuesday nothing. Wednesday nothing. Thursday nothing. Friday yes. So we would have skipped Friday. which honestly is fine. So yeah, I feel like that rule might be okay. We just don't trade the days that have news during the manipulation and distribution candle. Like I feel like that would really help us out a lot, by like just not fucking us over. Let's just see from September to like here, or even like September 1st to here. Okay, let me see how many news days we're supposed to skip. Okay, so we have, how many days am I allowed to trade from for these 4 weeks? Is it 4 weeks? I feel like that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now let me just focus on like the most immediate 4 weeks. Okay, next 4 weeks, let's see what we're supposed to work with. Okay, 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, 6 days, 7 days, 8 days, 9 days, 10 days, 11 days, 12, 11, yeah, 11 days, 12 days, and then 13 days. So 13 days out of 28, I'm like allowed to trade. Or like more like 13 days out of like 20 days. So that like cuts down my tradable days by like, wait, let me just put it out there, bro. Like, why the hell not? Might as well see the entire month. 13, right? 14. Yes, so it's 14 days in a whole month. That pretty much cuts down like the tradable days by a whole 50%. Am I willing to do that? Yes, right? Because I believe I believe from like this to this month, from the entire month of August, there were only a few days, right? So we would only have, how many days would I have to trade here? Monday, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, so like it did cut August down by half-ish. So it's pretty much the same amount of days I'm supposed to trade. Like that's fine. I actually think that's fine. Like I feel like I should implement that rule. Okay? So yeah. We have like 14 days to trade next week. I think that'll be fine. Out of those 14 trades, I'll probably get like 7, maybe 5 days of trading in the next entire week. That's honestly a little too little, I'm gonna be honest. Like next week, I only have Monday and Friday to look at the charts. But hey, I mean, they're probably very high probability. You know, they probably are pretty high probability. Now, I won't lie. Most of them were like 10 a.m. candles, 10 a.m. news. That really does fuck me over. But I say, like, I guess I'll have to implement that. I guess I just have to, right? Because I don't want to trade on news days where like I can get really cooked if price just goes, if the news is just like the other direction of my trade. So yeah, I'm gonna implement that for now. So we'll see how it goes. Like I'm gonna go ahead and like ignore, like I'm still gonna like watch the pairs, watch how they move, and like still note them down, right? But I'm not gonna be trading the ones that actually have news days, okay? If they're like, if I get an entry, if I get a trade on the day that I'm supposed to skip, um, I'm not gonna take the trade on the account, but I'm just going to note it down, what time the news released, and I'll move on. Okay. So yeah, I feel like that's what I'm gonna do for now, just because I don't want to like stay away from the charts too much. Because if I do, I feel like I'm not really putting in that much work, and I'm pretty sure everyone else feels that way. So yeah, all right. With that, I think that pretty much ends this week's weekly review. I feel like I've definitely made a bit more of a refinement today. I won't lie. This news thing is probably gonna annoy me a lot, but I think in the long run, it's gonna help me out. So yeah. Also about the fact that I'm not gonna manage my trades anymore, it'll probably fuck me up, but in the long run, I'll be way easier on the mind and on the trading, and yeah, it'll be way more simpler. So yeah. That being said, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye. Peace.